What's up, y'all? It's Mr. Fuck These Brands, and boy, do I have a treat for you guys. We are finally getting to review the legendary SK. He's finally dropped his first video on YouTube, and we just gonna get into it. We're gonna get into the reaction and start seeing the progress. So let's get into it. Alright. If you've never done this before, I'm telling you, if you ever start, look, this is how I know you're on the right page. Because at the end of the day, everybody, if you landed on this video, you was the type of person that said, "Who is YOULOVESK?" Because you saw the aesthetic on TikTok, and you was like, "Nah, I gotta go ahead and do this. Nah, that's tough. Yeah, man. I honestly believe if you a type of person that really want to like grow your business, whatever you want to do. Oh, how can I get a viral hoodie? How can I get a viral product? You seen YOULOVESK and you got inspired by it. So I love the fact that he put this in the video. Nah, it's definitely tough. But let's get back into it.
Ever since I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to be successful. People see my lifestyle online and think I came up overnight, or just assume I have rich parents, and that's just not true at all. I built a 7-figure clothing brand with less than $1,000, and I'm going to show you that you can accomplish whatever you want in life too, if you believe in yourself. My first real dreams in life was to be a famous YouTuber or a professional skateboarder. So at 13 years old, I started a YouTube channel about skateboarding.
What's up, YouTube? Right now I'm at the spot sitting down, waiting for it to be time to go to the bus stop place and take the bus to go downtown and skate with him.
And I thought that if I consistently posted videos, this would be my way out and I'd blow up by doing this. But after a couple years of posting and my channel not seeing any real growth, my childhood dreams of being a skateboard YouTuber were over.
Alright, can we get into the fact that SK was already on the verge of just doing some consistency type ordeal? Like, I don't know, like, how I feel about this, the fact that, like, he was tapped into skateboarding. I feel like at the end of the day, like, there's a whole bunch of different lanes that, you know, it's a process. Like, a lot of people don't understand, like, his dreams was to be a skateboarder and was to go viral on YouTube to go become a skateboarder. And then when I'm watching this video right now, I'm like, it's crazy because you see where he's at right now and you understand the process. You understand what he's doing, how he's coming, where he's going. It's like don't ever settle or like think that your dreams are over with, because I promise you, you can see SK and he's dropping skateboards. You feel me? He's doing all these different things. We don't know. You can see SK plaster on X game. Come on, let's be real. But I think it's dope at the fact that like he started at skateboarding and was constantly posting, and then realizing like, all right, this is not work. Let me switch the pattern. And I think that's something that all creators have to do. Even though if it's like at the end of the day, if it's your dream or what you're trying to do, you're able to switch it around and put yourself in different positions. But we're just gonna get back into it.
As I was going into high school.
That's good. Why you just do that? Hey, Amanda broke the skateboard funny as hell. All right, we just go get back into it. That's fine. Yeah, let's go.
My new passion going into high school was making music and clothes.
I want money, I want love, I want funds, I want all the smoke shit. pressure is on paper, I bet you already know. We take a trip to Milan. I told you about you want. She could have whatever she want. Put the new YL on.
I didn't have
He's him. He's him. Y'all can't tell me that's not hard, bro. And maybe I'm glazing, but at the end of the day, like, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, nah, that's tough. That's tough. And we about to see he just did a whole nother pivot again. Y'all gotta be SK has pivoted so many different times, but it's all been part of the plan, bro. Like, I wish people can understand this about him. Like, he's there. He's really him.
have any money for the clothes I wanted, so I got a job at Old Navy, and almost all the money I made would go straight to...
Alright, and here's another detail. Being in the fashion industry, whatever you want to do, clothing brand, jewelry, the freshest person that steps outside, at the end of the day, if you never put all your money into clothing, what you doing? You feel me? Like, you really not invested into this realm that you trying to. He really got a job and invested all his money back into clothing to be the freshest dude outside, to become the best dude outside. You feel me? Like, that's the mentality. I remember growing up, bro. I was flipping the thrift store merch for $100, $200. I was going to the bins every single day just to get the latest shoes, the latest Yeezys, whatever you want to talk about. Like, I was really there. So the fact that he was like, nah, I'm gonna put all my money and invest into this, that's tough.
Clothes. I slowly collected all the designer and streetwear pieces I wanted, and I would wear the same black jeans, Louis Vuitton belt, and Air Forces every day, mostly mixed with Bape, Supreme, V-Lone, or Narcotic, in an MCM backpack. Someone I really looked up to was Lil Nar. He was coming up in the Instagram clothing brand scene with his brand Narcotic. Whenever I had money for clothes, I would go straight to his brand if anything was in stock. He skateboarded, made clothes, and music, so
I think that's a telltale sign of, you know, being able to look up to people that intrigue your vision. I think a lot of people are intrigued by SK, and I think when you see the correlation of like Lil Nar and then you go to SK, and then now you want to be somewhat of the essence of what SK does. It's like, that's fire, because the inspiration came from Lil Nar and just being like, yo, this person's doing it. I want to be able to do it too. And I think that's fire. I think the fact that, like, I've seen the growth in what SK was doing, and just like, I'm actually happy that he's like posting this so everybody can actually see his entirety of his videos and everything.
Looked up to him. This led me to creating my brand YL. In 2016, I needed a better name to go by on Instagram because I didn't want to use my government name anymore. People already called me by my initials SK, so I called myself YOULOVESK. I made my brand name YouLove because I knew I wanted to make designs with hearts and stars, and it would give me multiple names to go by.
Key. I tell people a lot of times, I was like, yo, I don't really want to go by my first name. At least not now. Just because, like, you know, you get it or you don't get it at the end of the day. That's why I decided, I was like, I got to come up with something where I'm portraying him. You know, I'm a person of an artist. That's why I go by Mr.FTB brands. It's like, why not be the person that puts it on, the person that has that image, that does these things, that shows that you're an artist, that shows that I'm an artist, that shows that I'm a creative, that decides to put everything on at the end of the day. And that's why I feel like what he's doing is tough, because it's like, it's smart. It's logic behind that. And I think, you know, always choose a name that suits you. Always choose a name that kind of showcases and encapsulates the version of you that you want to portray to the world. Don't forget that.
For branding purposes. YL, YouLove, and YLSK. Everything tied together perfect, so I ran with it. The next couple of years of high school, I would make music under this name and made a few simple designs for YL, but I never took it serious because I wasn't old enough to open up a Shopify store, and no one above 18 would let me use their social security number, so I put my clothing brand goal aside until I was old enough and just focused on making music.
That's crazy. I think a lot of times, and this is another pivot that I'm talking about. SK really said, I started my brand in high school. I couldn't get a Shopify store because I wasn't 18 and nobody will allow him to get it. So y'all don't understand this. And this is an important thing for clothing brand owners or people that's trying to get into the fashion industry or just trying to blow up. Like, it's cool. You can put things on a garment and sell it and be like, "Oh, this is my brand." But if you can't say, "Yo, I know that I'm trying to really do this brand shit and I'm really trying to tap into this world and really just go ahead and go for it," like, what are you doing? You feel me? Like, what are you trying to do? Because he probably didn't turn 18 until this is probably his sophomore year. He probably didn't turn 18 until his senior year. That's probably 2 years of waiting just to open up a Shopify store. So it's like, off rip, you learn our first lesson of like, one of multiple lessons of he got it out the mud. But he also loved the fact that he also got back into it and was influenced by it to be able to say, "Nah, this is really for me." And in that meantime, he's working on music, but he understands back in his mind, like, I really want to do this fashion shit. And that's something that I'm really fucking, like, that shit hard. That's hard.
Fun. My main plan was that as soon as high school was over, I would move to LA to pursue my dreams of clothing and music. Eventually though, high school ended and I didn't blow up for music. I knew I wasn't going to go to college, but I had no money to move to LA. I was kicked out of my mom's house for getting in a fight with her boyfriend and putting him in the hospital. I had no money to support my dreams, and everything was going downhill fast for me. Luckily though, soon after all this happened, my cousin
That was good.
that I hadn't talked to for years calls me, and he asked me if I wanted to go work on a weed farm with him through a connection he made at some event he went to. This was not what I had in mind on my goals after getting out of high school, but my cousin said we would have our own house, Wi-Fi, and would make really good money while running the grow operation together. So it really didn't seem that bad, and I would be able to move to LA easily after only putting in 3 months of work. I said I was down, but I had no clue what I was actually getting myself into.
This shit's gonna be crazy when you guys are watching this, but then actually up next. I swear to God, it stops here. I swear when I come back, I'm gonna drop a couple $1,000s on clothes and I'm gonna have a full new outfit. I don't have that much clothes right now, so I can't even make an outfit when I get back probably.
A few days after the phone call, we drive 5 hours to the middle of...
Nah, I relate to that so much, man. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you get in the mud and you gotta decipher and make those videos. There's a ton of videos that I've created and just saying like, yo, fuck these brands gonna be up. We gonna do that and we gonna make sure. And it's just like seeing that on his side, it's like, I think that's always a key thing. Always record, always showcase your process because you never know. You feel me? You are next. And you just gotta believe it. You feel me?
Nowhere together in Northern California, and when we arrived, it was nothing we were expecting. So we get there, and it turns out we signed ourselves up for an illegal grow operation. We were going to be living in a broken down trailer in the middle of nowhere for 3 months with no phone service or Wi-Fi, working 10 plus hours a day. Nothing they promised.
What? That's tough. That's tough. Your boy was really struggling. That's tough, bro. That's tough.
Nothing they promised was true, so at this point I was really nervous because I didn't even know if we were going to make it out alive. The whole situation seemed off now, but I wanted fast money so bad to be able to chase my dreams, so I agreed to stay because I didn't really have any other options. The next 3 months of my life were miserable. I was able to shower like 3 times during my whole stay in freezing cold water. Our only bathroom was a porta potty outside of the trailer, and the food we had was disgusting. I wanted to be able to use my phone so bad, but all I could do was work 10 plus hours a day, smoke, take videos, and plan my future. My cousin couldn't handle the work and wanted to go home, so they let him leave. They sent 2 new people to help me with the job, so now I was even more uncomfortable. Quitting was just not an option for me because I needed it.
I think that's a key thing. When you understand that quitting is not an option, point blank period. Whether it comes down to chasing your goals, whether it's coming down to stacking your money and just making sure that you got your plan set to the side, quitting is not the option. You got into this, make it happen and make it shake. I think a lot of times this is a testament to the fact that he didn't give up on himself. He didn't give up on his dreams. He didn't give up on nothing. So this is definitely important for a lot of people to look at and just understand, like, do not stop. Do not stop.
Get this money. I was trimming leaves off the plants with one of the new workers, and I was telling them about my plans when I was able to leave the weed farm, and this was their response.
It's YOULOVESK. You love SK.
Alright, now this. So I saw this video. I don't know if he posted it on his TikTok, but if you scroll all the way down, you can probably see this video or something, or him explaining it. But I'm not even gonna lie, like, point blank period, you're always gonna have haters. When I started my brand, bro, people like, what is fuck these brands? What is this? What is that? And I'm like, alright, it's cool. You don't get it now, but you're gonna get it soon. And it's crazy because at the end of the day, those same people came back around and being like, oh, I get it now. It's like you always gonna get haters, but it's at this point I feel like everybody has this story. People may not say it around you, or people it's always snakes in the grass. Like point blank period, it's always snakes in the grass. So it's like, yeah, success is your best revenge, no cap.
At this point, I realized I should just keep my dreams to myself and just continue to put in the work, because there's no point in talking to closed-minded people. I knew it was going to come true even if other people didn't believe in it, so it really didn't matter what they thought. After 3 long months, the grow was finally finished. I had a nice stack of money, and I felt like I made it, even though the journey of my come up was really just beginning. Me and my best friend at the time instantly go to LA together to live out our dreams.
Hey, something special, something good gonna happen to y'all, bro. Oh yeah. YL, nigga, that's what I mean.
We started a YouTube channel to document the come up of YL, and we spent thousands of dollars on designer clothes and Airbnbs. We felt like we were living our dream and nothing could stop us. It was a lot of fun, but we spent so much money living a lifestyle we couldn't actually maintain with no new income coming in, so we started sleeping in his car to save money because we didn't want to go back to our hometown while we were down to our last few $1,000s each. This didn't really work though, and we just ended up arguing.
Man, I think a lot of people don't understand that. Like, the lifestyle, I think even the lesson he learned is, like, it was all smokes and mirrors. Like, this lifestyle, the things that you see on social media, bro, it's really all false. Like, you feel what I'm trying to say? Like, oh, the person that's doing this is on this type of time. And it's like, you can look at SK right now and be like, this is not the same SK we just looked at right here. This is not the same individual that just said, "Oh, we blew up all our money and we couldn't keep up with the lifestyle." Like, be smart, learn from his mistake, learn and be like, "All right, he already did it, so I don't have to do it. I have to make sure I got the plan straight and understand. I don't want to live in my car. I don't want to blow all my bread just to keep up with this lifestyle. Stack, 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 stack." Move smart, put your plan in play, and now you're moving how he's moving now. You feel me? You moving with intention, you moving smarter. I think a lot of people always misconstrue that, like, you don't gotta buy every freaking designer item to keep up. You don't gotta do all the craziest things to keep up. You just gotta make sure your plan is solid. I'm telling you, it's gonna speak more volumes than going in and trying to fit into the masses, bro. Like, it's facts, bro.
To the stress we were dealing with, we just had to go back. So we drive back to our hometown 8 hours away from LA and end up never talking again. This was unexpected because this is my best friend all of high school, and we had plans for years to come up together, but money got in the way of our friendship. This whole situation gave me a big reality check that I needed to learn how to manage my money better, and that if I wanted to reach my goals, it wasn't going to be all fun and games from here on out. I had to put in some serious work and make a real plan. I couldn't move back into my mom's house because I had gotten kicked out before I left to the weed farm, so one of my high school friends asked his mom if I could move into their garage, and she let me. This is when I started posting my music and outfit videos on TikTok consistently because I knew if I wanted to make it, I had to start building a fan base. During this time, I grinded on TikTok, and over the next few months, I gained around 10,000 followers, got a girlfriend, and started working on my first official clothing brand design. My new girlfriend and I decided to move to a Los Angeles apartment.
Here's another tip. A lot of y'all think, when y'all went on SK's page and y'all saw it, y'all was like, I want to do exactly what SK was doing. But y'all clearly see in the video, he's been started that. He was doing that a year ago. You feel me? Years ago. I don't know how long ago, but it's been a minute. But it was the fact that he started and then he didn't let up. Like, people think you start, oh, I'm posting videos for a month. I'm good. Kick my feet up. I got all these sales. I'm good. No. He was already consistent. You know what? That's the main thing I really want y'all to take away. He's really been consistent. He's really been planning. I think a lot of people need to understand that you got to be able to plan and be consistent. Bro, he's on it.
Together, and I was back on track living out my dream in LA. I had less than $4,000 saved, and this was my first time having to pay rent in my life, so I knew I needed a way to make money and couldn't just make TikTok videos about my outfits anymore. I paid my first month of rent from my savings and was left with $800 to start my clothing brand. I released my first hoodies and my followers instantly supported me, and I did a few $1,000s in sales my first month. I was so happy to see that people really liked the products I designed, and it really
too, like, he was serious, yo. SK, bro, you were serious, bro. Take away from this, bro. Like, a lot of times, like, I remember just going ahead and just like buying samples just to see if this is gonna work and building up this following. And at the end of the day, they do come through. The people that you've rocked with and the people that you build this audience with, not on your Instagram, not your Instagram friends, not your homies, not your parents. I'm talking about real individuals that you see online and then that are really connected to your work. And it's at the end of the day, they really come through for you. Hey, y'all SK fans, bro. I love y'all too, folks.
motivated me. From this point, I knew I needed to go all in with my brand, so I started making all my TikTok content about promoting and wearing YO. I slowly built YO by making these TikToks for the next year in my apartment and around Los Angeles. I became super busy, constantly making the orders by hand, and eventually making the hoodies myself was just too time consuming. So I kept saving all my profits so I could invest that capital into the company and expand my product selection by working with real manufacturers. I bought an iPad so I could make better designs because I had so many ideas, but I was terrible at drawing, so I had to spend hours every day practicing on Procreate, and eventually I just got good at making logos. This led to me creating my main logo, and once I created this, I knew my brand would become huge because I loved it so much. Soon after, I created a design that blew up my brand. I even made a video saying this is gonna blow up my brand, and it really did. The following month, I did around $30,000 in sales, and I started looking at nicer apartments to move into. I found the perfect modern apartment for what I needed, and I knew the spot would blow up my brand. I knew my life was about to change forever, and I was so motivated and ready.
Like, investing your money, bro. Investing your money's actually manifesting that, putting that out there. Bro, I remember talking to my homie, and he was like, bro, give me one of your heads, bro. I'm gonna make it blow up, bro. And he's like, I promise you, bro, we gonna get 1 million views. Man, put the hat on, we got 1 million views. So it's like, it's really understanding and knowing exactly what you want and actually putting that out there. Showing your designs, showing your concepts, and just making sure, like, yo, this is something I'm remembering. I want people to remember, point blank, period. That's tough.
To put in the work to really blow up. I didn't want to wear anything else but YL from this point, so I started making jeans and other items so I could wear full YL outfits every video and promote my brand without even trying. People instantly became attracted to my new lifestyle and aesthetic, from consistently getting a few thousand likes on TikTok to all of a sudden hundreds of thousands of likes.
A lot of people always get that misconstrued, bro. You always got to put that on, point blank, period. You got to always put your product on, no matter what. You always got a billboard. That's why when you see Mr.FTB brands, you always see fuck these brands on.
Thousands of daily new followers. I started making around $40,000 to $60,000 a month in sales consistently, with occasional months reaching $80,000 to $100,000 in sales. And I never even ran a single ad for my brand to this day. All my sales were just from TikTok, Instagram, and my supporters spreading the word about YO. I was so focused on growing my brand, I didn't even put a bed in my apartment. It was purely my office space, inventory room, and a couch, so all I could do was grind and not allow myself any time to slack or get lazy. I took my brand to new levels by constantly creating new designs and started making shopping videos that would consistently go viral, and this is what most people know me by now. Coming up in the clothing brand scene, I never did pre-orders and always had my inventory in stock and ready to ship because I saw slow shipping times and bad customer service ruin other brands. I made sure I would never do that and would always run my brand professionally. This ended up meaning I would make less money on each drop since items were limited, and I had to keep my apartment filled with inventory.
That's something I even kind of did what we did right now. Like, we doing the hoodies and we got the template. I ain't gonna lie, we got the template. I think the main thing was getting your orders as soon as possible, bro. As soon as possible, and just dropping them. That's why a lot of our products, we just basically go ahead and make them pre-made and just get them done.
But it was worth it to me because I would receive thousands of positive reviews, and people saw that I really cared about my brand since I was willing to take the risk of spending $40,000 to $50,000 a month up front on inventory of my own money to have it all in hand, which most other upcoming brands could not and would not do. I ended up outgrowing this apartment and had to upgrade to a 2-bedroom in the same building so I could have a room specifically for my inventory now and more space to live in. Now I feel as I'm one of the most influential and copied underground clothing brands out right now, with people all over the world watching me, whether they support me and my brand or just watching silently to copy everything I do. Regardless, it's really cool looking back how far I've came, and I know my story can inspire a lot of people, so I wanted to share it as my first video on this channel. I just want to say that if you have a dream, don't let anybody tell you that it's dumb or it's not possible. My mom had me at 17 years old with no financial support. Growing up with a young mom in small low-income apartments made me realize at a young age that I wanted more for our lives. Use your struggles as motivation to keep going. I came from nothing and now I make more money than the majority of the people I know in real life, and I get to do what I love to do every day. I want everyone to realize that you could come from nothing and still change your life around. It's not going to be easy, but if you keep trying every time you fail, eventually you're going to succeed. The past few years I've learned so much through trial and error and never giving up. I went through a lot of struggles to get to this point, and I still feel as I'm only just getting started. YOULO is nowhere near where I want it to be in the future, and I'm going to continue to keep putting in work and evolving so I could become the next big brand one day. I created this YouTube channel so I could show more of my life and share my ideas and the process of building my brand and other businesses to the world to motivate and inspire people. You guys have supported me so much over the past few years, and I really appreciate it because I know I wouldn't be here without you. I got a lot of exciting things planned for YOULO this year, and I can't wait to show you. I'm going to be traveling a lot and getting out of my comfort zone to bring you guys quality content about my life. I hope you guys are ready to see my come up.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna send my flowers over to SK right now, just because I feel like this is definitely an influential video that a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of people that start a clothing brand and get in the fashion industry really been needing. And I think people been wanting to know your story for a minute, and I've been seeing you since day one. You feel me? Just looking at your stuff and just scrolling and just being able to admire your things. I think a lot of kids are like definitely admiring it, and people that just want to be of the essence of you. But like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's much love, bro. Shout out to you. Keep doing you, and we'll be back with another video. Drop a sub, hit a like, comment, and go ahead if you want to support the brand. The link is also in the bio. Appreciate you guys.